Welcome to Computer Science online classes. In the last video, we discussed about the flow chart and the basic symbols used to write a flow chart. In this video, we discuss algorithm and flow chart in detail. So for that, consider the algorithm swap two numbers. Already we write the algorithm to swap two numbers. Here swapping means we have to interchange the numbers. So for that, in the first step we write start. In the second step, read two numbers. That is, the process is input a comma b. To swap two numbers, we use the temporary variable. In the step 3, here we swap the numbers. Swap the numbers. For this, we use temporary variable c, which is equal to our back arrow of a, then a back arrow of b, then b back arrow of c. That is, the value of a is assigned to c, then value of b is assigned to a, then again we have to assign the c value to b. That is the main logic of to swap two numbers. Finally output ab, that is display AB. So statement is output AB. After some steps, the algorithm must be terminated. That is the step 5, end of algorithm. That is the stop. This is the algorithm to swap two numbers. So using this algorithm, we have to write the flow chart. Here flow chart is a diagrammatic representation of the algorithm. Here flow chart is a diagrammatic representation of the algorithm. To write the diagrammatic representation, we use some symbols. Those are called flow chart symbols. Say for every steps we use the symbols. Say here the ovals represents the start and stop, parallelogram represents the input output, rectangle represents the process. Using those diagrams, here we write the flow chart for swap two numbers. That is flow chart to swap two numbers. That is the statement. So in the beginning, start is represented with oval. First write the oval. Inside the oval write start. Okay, next step. See the next step number 2. Here it is a input AB. Input is represented with parallelogram. Write the parallelogram. Inside the parallelogram write input AB. See the step number 3. In step number 3, here we swap the numbers. It is a main logic. Main logic means it is a process. So process is represented in a rectangle. So inside that write C back arrow A back arrow B, B back arrow C. Here the back arrow represents the value of A is assigned to C, B is assigned to A, C is assigned to B. Here the assignment is represented with a back arrow. See the step number 4. Here we display the value of AB. The output is represented with again parallelogram. Write the parallelogram. Okay, inside that write output AB. Inside the parallelogram write output. So last one, step 5, that is the end of algorithm, stop. So again start and stop are represented with oval. Write the oval again. Inside that write stop. Then using arrows write the flow direction. So arrows are used to represent a flow direction. Here arrows are very important to represent a flow direction. We begins with the start, then we read the two numbers, those are the A and B. Using A and B, we have to swap the numbers using a third variable. Here third variable is the C. After swapping, the value of A, B are interchanged. To know that, we output the value of A, B, ending of the flowchart. That is a simple flowchart to swap two numbers. Next, we discuss the one more algorithm and flowchart. Let's consider the algorithm and flowchart to find circumference of a circle. That is, write both algorithm and flowchart. Algorithm and flowchart to find circumference of a circle. Circumference of a circle. The problem definition is algorithm and flowchart. We have to write algorithm and flowchart to find circumference of a circle. Before going to write the algorithm and flowchart, first we discuss we must know what is the formula to find circumference of a circle. The formula to find the circumference of a circle is 2 pi r. The formula is 2 pi r. So here 2 is a constant, pi is also constant, then r is a variable. Here variable, it is a memory location. Variable represents the memory location. It holds some value. That value may be changes during program execution. Based on the problem definition, we have to analyze with respect to input, output, then additional requirement. Here, based on the problem definition, the formula is 2 pi r. 2 pi r. Here, 2 is a constant, then pi, the value of the pi is 3.142. The value of the pi is 3.142. Then, radius is a variable. So, here radius is a input value. Then this expression returns a value, that is the circumference. This expression returns a value, that is the circumference. So we got the formula. So formula is circumference back arrow 2 into 3.142 into r, that is 2 pi r is a formula. After calculating the formula, it returns a single value that is assigned. See the back arrow, either we use back arrow or assignment operator. Here equals is a assignment operator. Either we write back arrow or assignment operator. Then this value is assigned to the circumference. So circumference is a output. It is a output. Radius is a input. So we complete the analysis stage. First we read the definition. It is a well defined. Here we calculate the circumference of a circle. So problem definition is well defined and it is clear. Based on definition, we analyze the input variable, then output variable, additional requirement. There is no additional requirements because 2 and pi are the constant. So input variable is the radius, output is the circumference of the circle. So using this expression, we have to design the problem. So design have algorithm and flowchart. Here we are going to write both algorithm and flowchart. So first write the algorithm. So algorithms are begins with a step number, that is step 1. Beginning of the algorithm, that is start. Beginning of the algorithm, that is start. In the step 2, we have to read the values. We have to input the values. In this problem definition, radius is the input. So read the radius. Say comment statement are written inside the square bracket. Here we write read a radius. Read a radius. The statement is input, the process we call it as input R represents the radius. After reading the radius, we have to calculate the circumference of a circle. In the step 3, calculate circumference. Calculate circumference. The formula is circumference back arrow 2 into 3.142 into R. So here expression is 2 pi r, 2 into 3.142 into R. Then in the step 4, we have to display the result. The result is in the variable circumference, that is the output. So write the comment statement, display circumference. So that is output circumference. The variable name is CAR-UM. Just write CAR-UM because here we use CAR-UM. What we written in this expression, the same variable, the same name must be written in the output. So output CAR-UM. Say shortly we write it as CAR-UM. So circumference of the circle. So after some step, algorithm must be ended. In the step 5, close the algorithm. The comment statement is end of algorithm. Comment statement is end of algorithm, that is stop. So algorithm have a 5 characteristics. The first one is input. Our algorithm must accept one or more inputs. Next one is definite. Say all statements, all instruction must be well defined. So next one is effective. Whenever trace the algorithm manually, it gives the same result. Next one is terminate. So after some sequence of steps, our algorithm must be terminated. Last one is output. So our algorithm must produce at least one output. These are the characteristics of algorithm. So our algorithm follow all the characteristics. Say after writing the algorithm, we have to going to write the flow chart. So here flow chart is a diagrammatic representation of the algorithm. Say for every steps we write the diagrammatic representation. So first one is start is represented with a oval. First write the oval, inside that start. See the next step. Next step is input radius. Here it is a input. Inputs are represented with parallelogram. Inside that input R. After that step 3, circumference of a circle. Calculation. Calculation means it is a process. Process is represented with rectangle. Construct a rectangle. Inside that CAR-UM circumference back arrow 2 into 3.142 into R. Write the expression 2 into 3.142 into R. Next one is step 4, output. Again output is represented with a parallelogram. Construct a parallelogram. Inside that write output variable name, that is CAR-UM circumference. So then step 5, end of algorithm. Again stop is represented with oval. Write the oval. Stop. Then using arrows show the flow direction. Using arrows show the flow direction. Here we begins with a start, then ended with a stop. So this type of algorithm and flowcharts are sequential programming execution. These are called sequential programming execution. Why we call it as sequential? Say the statements are execute one after the another. The statements are execute one after the another. Hence these are the sequential programming instructions. So if the programs are all the instructions are execute one by one, then we call it as these are the sequential programming instructions. So this is an example for sequential programming execution. Okay, let's discuss one more algorithm and flow chart, that is to find biggest number, to find biggest among two numbers. So problem definition is, write algorithm and flow chart to find biggest among two numbers. Say, consider the problem definition. Say, algorithm and flow chart to find biggest among two numbers. Based on the problem definition, analyze the problem definition. Say, here analysis means we have to find the biggest among two numbers. Biggest among two numbers. So here the inputs are two numbers. Consider A, B are the two numbers. Consider A and B are the two numbers. Then how to find the biggest? Say, that is, if A is greater than B, there is only two alternatives. Either A is big or B is big. So how to verify? Consider A greater than B. Use the greater than symbol. If A is greater than B, then we directly say A is big. Otherwise, B is big. Only two alternatives. So either A is big or B is big. So our process is, first read two numbers. Here two numbers are A and B. Then compare A and B. Using greater than symbol, compare A and B. There is two decisions. This expression returns either true or false results. If it is true, if this expression is true, then first number is the biggest. If this number is false, second number is the biggest. For example, consider A value is 5, B value is 2. A value is 5, B value is 2. That is, 5 is greater than 2. 5 is greater than 2. If 5 is greater than 2, condition is true, A is the biggest. Consider the next one. If A value is 10, B value is 50. That is, 10 is greater than 50. Again we have true or false. Either true or false. 10 is greater than 50. Condition returns false. If it is false, means second value is the biggest. That is, whenever we trace manually, our algorithm must produce the same result. That is, we call it as effective. So see, if you give any value to the A, any value to the B, say our algorithm returns biggest among two numbers. That is the logic. So first we read two numbers, compare two numbers. If it is true, then A value is the biggest. If it is false, B value is the biggest. That is the logic. Then we start writing the algorithm. So in the step 1, beginning of the algorithm, that is start. That is the step 1. In the step 2, read two numbers. So here input A comma B. Here read two numbers, input A comma B. In the step 3, compare two numbers. Compare two numbers. How to compare? If A is greater than B, then compare two numbers. How to compare? If A is greater than B, if it is true, then A is big, else B is big. If A greater than B, then A is the biggest, else B is the biggest, and if then after that, step 4, end of algorithm. End of algorithm, stop. See here, A is big and B is big are the outputs. A is big and B is big are the output. So also we write output A is big, then output B is big. First we compare if A is greater than B. A is greater than B. Have two alternative. Either first one is big or second one is big. If it is true, then output A is big. If it is false, that is we call it as else, output B is big. Then finally close the algorithm. Let's write the flow chart. So to write the flow chart, it begins with a step number 1, that is the start. The start is represented with oval. Represented with oval, that is start. Then step 2 is the input AB. So write a parallelogram. Inside that, input AB. See, next one is compare two numbers. Step 3 is the compare two numbers. Say here we compare two numbers. Say compare two numbers means we have to take a decision. Say we have to take a decision. Which symbol is used to take a decision? Say in a flow chart there is a symbol, that is rhombus. Rhombus is used to take a decision. Say then write the rhombus. Rhombus symbol is used to take a decision. Inside that write is A greater than B question mark. We not know the value of A greater than B. Either it returns true or false. These values are called Boolean values. These values are called Boolean values. Either it returns true or false. There is only two alternatives. Hence these are called Boolean values. Write the rhombus. Inside that write A greater than B question mark. Either it returns true or it returns false. If it is true, if it is false. True or false. See, if output if A is greater than B, then output A, when we say A is the biggest, if this condition is true, A greater than B is true, then we say A is the biggest. So A is the biggest is the output. How to represent output? Again we have to write the parallelogram. Inside that write output A is big. Right? A is big. Then if this condition is false, then second number is the biggest, that is output B is big. B is big, that is here we take a decision. Here we take a decision whether A is big or B is big. If this condition is true, then we say A is big, otherwise B is big. See, we start with oval, then we read the two numbers A, B, then we take a decision. There is two alternative. Say in a decision, any one statement is executed, not both. In a decision, any one of the statement is executed, not the both. So either A is big or B is big. So after that we have to end the algorithm. To close the flow chart, to close the algorithm, again we have to write the oval, that is stop. Have to close the algorithm. So that is stop. So first begins with start. So we read two numbers A, B, then compare A greater than B, either if it is true or if it is false. Then if condition is true, output A is big. If condition is false, output B is big. Then after that we will close the algorithm. This is an end of flowchart where we discuss biggest among two numbers. Thank you.